and strike Egypt with all my miracles, which I shall do in the midst of it, and after that he will let you go. Amen? God was telling them, I am the most powerful God. Not even all that these gods and goddesses that you know here in Egypt can resist my power. Amen? So, before the Exodus, he was already telling the Israelites and the Egyptians, I am the God, the most powerful God. I am who am. Meaning, he is self-existent. No one created him. Amen? The 10 plagues, blood, frogs, gnats, flies, livestock, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and finally, the death of the firstborn of Egypt, both men and beasts. Attacked the demons behind the gods the Egyptians worshipped and oppressed the Israelites before for 400 years. Amen? So, we should understand that the plagues were intended by God to let them know, I am now attacking all these demons behind your so-called gods. Amen? God stretched out his mighty hand as he promised at the Garden of Eden that his son, the offspring of the woman, would bruise the head of the devil, and the devil to bruise the heads of the woman's descendant. The descendant of the woman referred to the living Yeshua HaMashiach, who was to be born of a woman. Amen? Genesis 3:15, and I will make enemies of you and the woman and of your offspring and her descendant. He shall bruise you on the head, and you shall bruise him on the heel. As they walked on dry land of the Red Sea, which God made the waters to stand on both sides, God was actually baptizing them of their spirit. So God was baptizing the Israelites with the Spirit of God. Amen? Why? Their spirit were very much involved in the pagan gods of Egypt, where they lived for 400 years. Amen? In Mount Sinai, where God spoke to Moses in a burning bush and commanded him to bring the Jewish people to worship him there, God gave his people the 10 commandments to obey. Amen? After he introduced himself, I am who I am. I am the most powerful. So no one can stop me from doing the 10 plagues to punish the Egyptians. Next, what he did, he baptized them with his spirit. Amen? I, again, remind everyone that when we become born again, what would Yeshua HaMashiach do? He give us his own spirit. Because the spirit of man died when Adam and Eve committed sin. So now, these Israelites, to bring them to the place of God, where there is a flowing milk and honey, he has to baptize their spirit with the Spirit of God. That was the first thing. What Yeshua HaMashiach did to us was actually it was done to the Israelites long time ago, which is a replica of what would Yeshua HaMashiach do when he would come. Amen? So in Exodus 31:18, it says, when he had finished speaking with him on Mount Sinai, he gave Moses the 2 tablets of the testimony, tablets of stone written by the finger of God. The tablets of testimony, may I remind you, is the 10 commandments. It was in Mount Sinai that God showed his glory to the 600,000 fighting men, women, and children. He spoke to them in the midst of fires from the cloud. Amen? So we should be reminded that when God first came down on Mount Sinai, I've been preaching that in the entire Bible, there are only 2 instances that God would allow the angels to blow the trumpet or the shofar. This was the first time that the trumpet was blown by the angels. Amen? When God the Father came down from the tip of Mount Sinai, then the angels blew the trumpet or the shofar of God. Amen? Therefore, we should understand that when it was blown the second time, who came down? God the Father, to show himself to the Israelites so that they would believe that there is really a God. Amen? Second time that the angels will blow the trumpet, I will again repeat, it will be when Yeshua HaMashiach will come down and the children of God will be raptured. Amen? So the tribulation will not come first. The rapture will come only after the tribulation. Amen? Deuteronomy 5:22. These words the Lord spoke to your whole assembly at the mountain from the midst of the fire from the cloud and from the thick darkness with a great voice, and he added nothing more. He wrote them onto tablets of stone and gave them to me. Amen? This is Moses talking. The glory of God truly echoes in the Exodus, appearing as a cloud in front of the tent of meeting or the tabernacle. God's glory stands as a cloud by day and a fire by night to lead the way to the promised land. Throughout the Exodus, they lived in tents, which in Hebrew they call Sukkot, meaning booths or tents. Hence, the Feast of Tabernacles is also called the Feast of Booths, celebrated every 15th day of the 7th month of Tishrei. Amen? Leviticus 23 verse 24, speak to the sons of Israel, saying, on the 15th of the 7th month is the Feast of Booths for 7 days to the Lord. Amen? So remember, Tishrei is the 7th month. And on the 15th, that is the start of the Feast of Tabernacles or Sukkot or Feast of Booths. Second point, God remembers His covenant promises with Abraham. God remembers His promise to Abraham of an offspring through whom all the families of the earth will be blessed. He remembers His promise to Abraham to make him a blessing to all nations, and through him all nations will be blessed. But God also wants to curse those who will curse Abraham and his offspring. Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 3. Now the Lord said to Abraham, go from your country and from your relatives